Sorry.
You know what it is about a son getting taller than his mom that makes him test the dominance waters at least once? But
Story time! Good friend of mine, 6'4". His mother, 5'2". Now, right after high school, he goes into the Marine Corps, and when he graduates boot camp, his mother is not able to make it to the graduation ceremony. So, he and I road trip back to Arizona, where we're from, and when he gets home, his mother wants to see the graduation pictures. He decides to hold them up above his head and tell his mom about all the training that he received there, and that if she could reach the photos, she could have them. This woman runs up to her son, hugs him, says how happy she is to have him home, and then knees him in the balls. And this 6'4" man is now about 4 feet tall. She whispers in his ear, "No amount of training, no height, no size will protect you from your mama." Don't mess with short mothers or country mothers, or short country mothers, or just mothers.
So I have fallen victim to the men in New York City lifting an elbow or trying to punch innocent girls on the street, except I wasn't on my phone. I was with my coworkers walking in Times Square, so be safe.
There have been recent reports on this app about a disturbing incident in New York where a man has been going around punching women in broad daylight. This behavior is absolutely unacceptable. It's sad to hear that many women have been seriously hurt with visible bumps and bruises on their faces. The fact that there is video footage of the man after carrying out these attacks adds another layer of evidence to the seriousness of the situation. These acts of violence against women are not only cowardly, but also deeply concerning for the safety and well-being of women just trying to live their lives. In light of recent incidents in New York, we need to emphasize the importance of women's safety, whether they are visiting or living in the city. While it is unfortunate that such measures need to be taken, it is crucial for women to prioritize their safety and take proactive steps to protect themselves. Carrying some form of protection such as pepper spray or a personal safety alarm can provide a sense of security. Also, be aware of your surroundings, avoid isolated areas, and stay in well-lit and populated areas. You know what, it might be time to enact the 4B movement, but justice needs to be served and we need to hold that man accountable for his actions. It is important for the police to thoroughly investigate these cases and take appropriate measures to ensure the safety of women in New York. Let us hope that this matter receives the attention it deserves, leading to swift action, and serves as a reminder that any form of violence against women is unacceptable.
Okay, so in my collection, we are up to 40 first-hand accounts of people being assaulted in the street without warning, but 3 have been removed, so we can safely say 37. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably one of those problems that has existed for a very long time, but it has never been brought to light because women tend to underreport these things. They tend to not be believed. Little action is usually taken. And TikTok is the thing that brought these stories to light and brought these people together and brought action. I firmly believe that.
And of course, they're not aware that most of the people getting attacked in New York are males. But I can't show the videos or I'll get deplatformed. And not surprising, these feminists act like they're the only ones who can get victims.
Who keeps punching all these women in the face?
It's actually a new movement of men who are so upset that they can't get women because of the way they behave that they've decided to behave even worse for some reason, instead of just going to therapy and fixing the problem. We are now up to about 40 women alone who have come forward publicly and shared that a random man on the streets of New York City has punched them in the face for no reason. And we've also caught just one of the many men allegedly responsible, and has a lot of people asking, why is this happening and who is doing this? And as your personal sharer and exposure of all of men's secrets in order to protect women, after a little bit of research and digging around, I have the answer and can tell you exactly what is happening here. And if you're new here, this creator is tracking all of the women coming forward so you can keep up to date on there. But so far, this 40-year-old politician Skaboki Stora has already been arrested and is being accused of being one of the men. And one of the original victims has confirmed the ID that is one of the men. And when I went to his profile, the first thing that jumped out to me was no, not the Trump flag, not all of the wild political content, but the multiple videos he has just recording women without their consent and making them visually uncomfortable and like catcalling and essentially harassing them on the streets. And in some of these videos, he's literally just following women. He doesn't even interact with them. It's very scary. If you do some research, you'll see about 10 years ago, there was an article about an old game, they called it, that was resurging called Knockout, that teenagers, usually boys, in large cities participated in. And the goal of this game was to approach a stranger and try and hit them so hard in one punch that it renders them unconscious. So it appears that a large group of these men who are frequently angry that women just exist in the world and refuse to interact with them because of their poor behavior have decided, instead of taking that information, the fact that women don't want to put up with their behavior anymore and bettering and changing this behavior, to co-opt this game instead to harm them as if that's going to help. And then they still wonder why women are boycotting dating in bulk.
So according to the actions of a couple of jackasses, they're now blaming all of MGTOW for this. We are scapegoats for the feminists and deadbeat single mom spawns. But wait, there's more.
So for those of you who live in New York City, especially females, women, I was just walking down the street today at like 5, so kind of midday, and this woman walks past me and I didn't really think anything. And out of nowhere, I feel someone grab the back of my head, pulling my hair, trying to pull me to the ground. And I turn around and this woman starts grabbing me, punching me in the face, like calling me names. And I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I didn't have headphones in, anything. So it's just a reminder. A reminder to be aware of your surroundings and stuff like that. Luckily, there was a really large man that was able to help me, or else I don't know what I would have done because my instinct wasn't to fight back. So just be safe.
Same thing happened to this lady, but because the perpetrator is a female, nothing gets done. Before we continue with the video, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Craps Malloy, who said, "Ladies, a prize is supposed to make you feel like you've won something. By dating, there's a good chance a man would lose everything. That's why you're not the prize." Damn, put that on a t-shirt and gift it to the next 304. So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, could be the most liked, or just one that I related to. So don't forget to leave a comment and you could be our very next winner. So be sure to hit that like and sub button as the support helps out the channel so much guys. So now let's get right back into the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
So, as you guessed by the videos, today's article is about a community service. Just kidding, I don't condone this. Anyways, the title is, Women Sucker Punched on NYC Streets Reveal Their Shock, Fear with at least one attacker still at large. Because it happened to these strong, independent women, it makes the news. Thought they wanted equal rights and didn't need men's help. Convenient how that works. They're a dame in distress when life on easy mode turns regular mode. That's why I call these feminists Decepticons, because telling lies is their standard operating procedure. And if they're not telling a lie, the half-truth is to cover up another lie. Anyways, let's punch into this article. Let's get balls deep into it. A series of young women have revealed that they were sucker punched at random on the street in Manhattan in a worrying series of attacks, with at least one perpetrator still at large. Not surprising, the feminist media will always leave the possibility of blaming most men or the majority of men. Back to the article. Michaela Toninato, 27, told the Post she was frozen in shock when she was punched in the face by a man over 6 feet tall on the corner of 14th Street and 5th Avenue on Monday at 2 p.m., moments after she left her class at Parsons School of Design. I didn't see him coming at all. I screamed out of shock. He knocked my head back so hard I'd kind of like gasped and screamed, she told the Post Wednesday of sending a text to her friend at the time of the attack.
So I just got punched in the face walking home. I was literally like leaving class. I turned the corner and I was looking down and I was looking at my phone and like texting, and then out of nowhere this man just came up and hit me in the face. I'm like actually in shock right now. I'm just like walking home because what else do you do? But I just texted my friends being like, hi, I just got punched in the face, and then they sent me a TikTok of this other girl in New York who got punched in the face, and she was looking at her phone, and I don't know if this is like a thing that's going around, but I guess if you're in New York right now and you're walking while looking at your phone, maybe don't do that. Maybe head on a swivel. I guess we're gonna be super aware of our surroundings.
Toninato, who moved to New York from Los Angeles in August to pursue a career in fashion, told the Post. What a shocker. A modern woman majoring in a worthless major, just to live that city girl lifestyle by getting passed around and dumped by top 10% men. Living a poor life and risking getting punched in the face is worth it to these feminists to have hot girl summers. When that career doesn't work out and she needs her 6-figure college debt to be paid off and she's tired of being pumped and dumped, no doubt she'll try to sucker some guy she ignored her entire life to bail her out with the 304 retirement plan, called marriage. Back to the article. Toninato is one of a string of women who have been randomly punched in the face by strangers while walking in New York and on their cell phones.
Okay, update on getting punched in the face in New York City. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone that has been so supportive on this app. I am like so shocked at how widespread that original TikTok just got, but you guys have been so nice and like truly it has meant the world to me. I've been getting a lot of questions and learning a lot of other people's stories, so I just wanted to take a second and answer those questions. So first thing, the location. I was coming out of the new school. I was at 14th and 5th Ave on my way to Union Square to get on the train going home. I was like literally walking out of class, sending a text to a friend, and then just got clocked in the face. So I didn't see him coming. A lot of people have told me I should have like fought back, had some mace on me. There was like no time to even I literally just didn't see him coming. All of a sudden my head was just clocked back, turned around, and I saw him looking at me, walking away, and it was literally like he gave someone a high five and kept walking, except for he gave me a punch to my face and just kept walking. There was not really anyone around. It was like 2 p.m. I was leaving class, but there was a really sweet British family. If you see this, thank you guys so much. The dad basically came up to me and asked if I was okay, and I was so in shock. I like couldn't form sentences, and they were like helping me and kind of just confirmed like, we saw that was crazy. And mostly I was like, wait, yeah, like I just got punched in the face, right? I did talk to a police officer and kind of bummed out about that in hindsight because I wanted to file a report, but he told me, he was really nice, honestly, but he told me that the two options were either get in his car and we drive around and try to go find this man and arrest him. And at that point, like, I was uncontrollably sobbing and I didn't want to do that. I also had no clue where this man just went and I didn't want to just like endlessly drive around. The second option was file a report, but he told me if we did that, he would have to call an ambulance to check me out. And I straight up said I can't pay for an ambulance. Like, I'm a broke fashion student. That's not an option for me. And he was like, well, that's it. I've since learned from TikTok that that was not true and I can still file a report without having an ambulance called. So I'm going to do that. Thank you guys again so much for all this information. It's actually been so helpful. Honestly, the scariest thing to me is that so many girls have reached out to me having this exact same story happen to them. I have been able to identify that this man is the same as who hit a couple other girls,
But what's even scarier is like there's a lot of girls and our descriptions of this man are completely different, meaning this like there's multiple men going around and doing this. The man that hit me was a black male, definitely over 6 feet tall. He had dreads that like didn't quite go to his shoulder, definitely looked unhoused. I just like had to have been mentally not okay if he just did that to me and walked away. So the police officer also let me know that right next to my school in Union Square is a meth rehabilitation center, and they see stuff like this happen every single day because of the people that are just hanging out around the rehab center. So stay safe out there. I just went to urgent care to see if I have a concussion, and they basically said probably yes, and I need to go to the emergency room. So I've been super overwhelmed and moving at my own pace. When I recorded that first video, I know everyone said I was so calm. I was like truly in shock. I also at that point had already had a full panic attack in the park on the phone with my sister. It was a period of like crying and then feeling like, okay, I'm just gonna go about my day and do my homework, and then like sobbing and then sitting in the park. And eventually I came home, and that was when I was walking home. I live in Brooklyn and I just felt a lot safer out here, and I'm trying to avoid Manhattan for at least like 24 hours. But again, thank you guys so much. I will send more updates as I find them. I'm going to file a report, gonna take myself to the emergency room, and yeah, thank you guys. I'll let you know what happens.
Like all females today, their phone is more important than their surroundings. I'm honestly surprised more females haven't gotten ran over because social media is their lifeblood. When I'm out walking, especially in a city, the last thing I'm doing is looking at my phone. Matter of fact, it's deep in my pocket cooking my balls with the EMF radiation, so I don't lose it, drop it, or have someone snatch it from me and run off. And this is the risk of being a modern woman feminist. You're by yourself with no one to protect you. You see, if you were traditional, you'd have a man by your side, especially when you went out. Also, just wait till she finally realizes that getting a fashion major was a waste of her prime years. Back to the article. On Wednesday, 40-year-old Brooklyn man Shiboki Stora was arrested and charged with assault for allegedly punching influencer Hallie Kate McGookin in the face while she was walking along West 16th Street and 7th Avenue on Monday.
You guys, they just arrested the man that assaulted me. I am seriously in shock, but I just got a call from my detective who's been working this case. He was going to different buildings in the area to get more surveillance footage, and then literally saw the man walking around the street and just arrested him and is taking him to the station. Shout out Detective James Miller, literally has been my hero in all of this. He has been so nice, so communicative, and I genuinely cannot believe just found the person himself. I also just got another call from the state of New York's Victim Support Office. I didn't know that this existed, but they will cover my medical bills related to this assault as a victim, which is insane. I'm feeling a million times better about this entire situation. I genuinely cannot believe this. Trust me, I was one of the people that thought if I filed a police report that nothing was gonna happen, that there's a million people in New York, how would they ever find him? I barely remembered what he even looked like I had such few details to give them, but they did it. I know I've said this before, but if you have been assaulted, I highly encourage you to report this to the police. I had literally zero details, but I gave them everything I had, and even if you don't know that much at all, if you go to them, it is enough. They had crazy resources to find this guy and put him away. So thank you all again for your support. I'm hoping to just go back to life as normal.
Boy, that was quick. With all the crime in New York, the feminist got her own detective. Gynocentric dictatorships will spare no expense to protect their main voter base of modern women. There's crimes in New York that are still unsolved till this day because of quote-unquote lack of manpower.
I don't feel safe right now. I went all the way on the other side.
So if you didn't know, the guy, Sabuki, who just got arrested in New York for punching all the women over the last few days, he has videos on his TikTok going back over a year ago of him harassing women in New York, and this video right here, he had just punched this woman on the subway multiple times, allegedly, and that's why the criminals are so fucking emboldened, is because she's telling the cops, hey, that guy recording us right now, he's the one that just punched me multiple times, and the cops don't do anything.
He
Democrats.
followed me and started recording me.
Democrats.
I pushed the camera out my face, and that's when he started hitting me.
You crazy.
And he hit multiple times.
Yeah, okay.
And everybody, I am fine.
Democrat voter.
Go on the other train. I did not come on this fucking New York City train today to be attacked by crazy ass motherfucker.
Yeah, hold on, bye. She a Democrat voter.
Like, imagine being so confident that you can punch someone multiple times, and then when the cops get there, well, they're telling the cops, yeah, that guy right there standing behind you, recording us right now, punched me. And like, just being so confident that you can sit there and record the person that you just assaulted, knowing that the cops aren't going to do anything to you. That's wild. I'll tag the account that reposted his original video, but if you want to go check out Saduki, whatever's TikTok, I'll link his account as well in the description. His whole entire account is just him harassing different women in New York this whole time. I think this is a pretty good lesson on why everyone should equip themselves and prepare to defend themselves, because clearly the cops, at least in New York, they're not going to come and help you.
The reason why cops aren't going to do anything because they know there's no point, as there's no money bail policy in New York, meaning these criminals don't need money to get out. And it's because the modern women fought hard for this, so the felon Chad and Tyrones can get out after a crime to nut in them at midnight. That's why major cities like New York City are full of crime. The criminals don't even spend a day in jail. But at least one other perpetrator, and possibly more, are still on the loose. Days earlier, on March 23rd, a 25-year-old woman reported she was slapped in the forehead by an individual. I'm sorry, that's actually kind of funny. Back to the article. No arrests have been made and the investigation is ongoing. The victim, who uses a wanted sign circulating for a man in a red jacket. Mogukin, 23, who, like Tony Nato, explained she was looking at her phone during the time of the accident, showed a bump on her forehead in the now viral video she said hurt so bad.
You guys, I was literally just walking and a man came up and punched me in the face. Oh my god, it hurts so bad. I can't even talk. Literally, I fell to the ground and now this giant goose egg is forming and I'm like, oh my god, it looks so crazy.
Just note that video got 50 million views. And according to Google, a TikToker can make $20 to $40 per million views, which multiplied by 50 equals to $1,000 at the low end and $2,000 at the high end. That's just one video. Pretty sure she'll get a ton of subs and views on her other videos, especially ones that talk about this incident. These thoughts social media got supercharged by these punches. Maybe they should thank the guy for making them famous.
Okay, just want to give an update on getting punched in the face. I said I was done fucking crying on the internet, and here I am. But yeah, I am going to the hospital. I feel like I'm probably, oh my god, it looks like I have a fucking devil horn. Honestly, that's kind of fitting. Anyway, yeah, I was just walking on the sidewalk and my head was down and I was like looking at my phone, just sending an email, but there was so much room on the sidewalk and like literally nobody was around. And I guess this man, I don't know if he punched me or if he owed me. I literally passed out. So I don't really remember, but I think he just was really mad that my head was down. He was walking a dog. So he took it upon himself to body check me and let me know to be conscious of my surroundings, which now I fucking will be. And then I fell to the ground and I like literally blacked out for a second, but then I got up and he was screaming at me, and I was just like scared, so I literally just ran away. And then I was like, wait, am I crazy? Like, what the fuck just happened? And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm going to just urgent care. That's probably so fucking drama. I could put some frozen peas on it and be fine, but everybody's like, go to urgent care. And since I did black out for a second, maybe just in case I have a concussion or something, I don't know, we'll see.
Modern women are addicted to DNA, dick, and attention. They'll turn anything into a dance, song, or whatever. God help us if a condom slips and she actually becomes a mother.
Hi guys, I am gonna do my makeup while we talk about getting punched in the face, New York City, all that good stuff. So the video I posted yesterday about getting punched has 27 million views at the time of me filming this. I just want to clear a couple things up because I feel like now I'm the face of this narrative that New York City is really scary and dangerous. I am not here to argue that New York City can be really scary at times, but I have lived here for 6 years and I've never had anything even remotely similar happen to what happened to me yesterday. And I think the TikTok algorithm yesterday really TikTok algorithmed, and it started pumping out a bunch of old videos from girls also saying that they got punched in the face. Also, side note, my head is looking a lot better. Ow. I'm just gonna contour over where I got hit. Ow. Dibs contour stick. Can't even tell it's a little swollen. All good. Anyway, I think because people started searching girl getting punched in the face, all of the old videos that girls had made from months, weeks, years ago about getting punched in the face started getting on everyone's For You page because it was just a trending topic. And from listening to a lot of those girls' videos, it didn't really sound like it was the same person. I think it just might be a somewhat common thing that happens in big cities. But I don't want it to seem like 13 girls got punched in the face yesterday and oh my god, if you come to New York City, you're for sure gonna get punched in the face. Well, it's obviously really upsetting and disgusting that women have to deal with shit like this. I personally am not gonna revolve my life around that one incident and be afraid to walk around the streets, go to restaurants, live my life. I do think this serves as a good wake-up call just to be a little bit more aware of my surroundings, and that's not just in New York City, literally anywhere in the world. Like I said, I have spoken with the NYPD and they are looking into it. I am sure this is not on the top of their priority list as there are much worse things happening every single day here. But please don't cancel your trips to New York City. If it's always been your dream to move here, don't see that video and think, oh my god, it's so unsafe, I can't. Maybe this sounds crazy, but I'll probably stay in New York City for the rest of my life. Honestly, I feel getting punched in the face was like a rite of passage into becoming a real New Yorker. Kidding. But like I said, I've been here for 6 years and I really have always felt incredibly safe. And I've done some shit way dumber than looking down at my phone. Okay, I've gone home on the subway at 3 a.m. blackout drunk. I don't do that anymore. That was when I was 18 and really stupid going home from the club. But you know, I've done some shit here. Listen, it's not for everybody, okay? New York, she will humble you. She will beat the shit out of you, literally and metaphorically. But New York has given me every opportunity, every friendship, everything in my life that I'm grateful for. I can already see the comments. People are gonna be like, this is gonna be her whole personality now. No, it's not. Okay, this is probably gonna be my last video talking about this situation. Unless they do catch the guy, then I will give you guys an update. But yeah, that's my little spiel, okay? I love New York. You could never make me hate her. Ladies, we're not gonna live our life in fear, okay? But we are gonna be cautious. We are gonna be aware. Maybe let's go on Amazon. I'll get a little pepper spray, maybe a little taser. And that's it. Love you guys. Back to normal content.
Of course, she'll defend the city girl lifestyle to the death, and of course, it's her only personality. This is probably the only real adversity she's ever faced in her life. Most males have gotten punched in the face when they were kids, and that wasn't the last. And it wasn't the only hard thing that has happened to us that sucked. Back to the article. It's unclear how many have reported the incidents to the police.
A clown. That's clown shit.
Hi, girl who got punched in the face on Monday morning here. I know it's very shocking to believe that this is the same person, okay? He really caught me at a bad moment here. Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about this situation again, but I do feel I have a responsibility to let the girlies of New York City know that the man who assaulted me has been arrested. This is him. The New York Post wrote a whole article about it. You can pause to read this, or you can just search the article. The NYPD got surveillance footage from the stores where the scene of the crime happened. They called me in, they took statements from me, and he was arrested today. They were very on it and helpful, and obviously they arrested him very quickly, so I do highly encourage any of the girls who have also been assaulted, please make sure if this happens to you, report it to the police and try to remember as much detail as you possibly can where it happened. If you can get a photo of them, that'd be amazing. I remembered barely anything and the police were still able to narrow it down. But yeah, that's the last and final update of this situation. Hopefully, girls out there, stay safe.
Pretty females plus influencers plus suspected feminists, and New York will get to the bottom of this. Just proves once again that females in the West live life on easy mode. Former Real Housewives of New York star Bethany Frankel reportedly commented, "This is insane because this happened to me a few months ago, but I was embarrassed to say," she said in a comment that does no longer show up on the video. A rep for Frankel declined to comment. I'm pretty sure the post-wall fake housewife already looked like she got punched in the face by hitting the wall. Back to the article. For this man, this was probably a 2-second occurrence that he doesn't even remember, and for me this just derailed my entire life, she told the Post. I'm falling behind in my classes, I can't do my work because I can't look at my laptop, I can't get paid, I can't do my job, and I have anxiety to leave my house. Damn, just one punch and she can barely live life. There are boys who go to middle school who deal with more trauma from bullies, like get beat up every day. I'm not going to read the rest of the article because it doesn't really say anything else new. Let's see what people have to say about this in the comments. Top comment says, This is what democratic cities look like, and women are the Democratic TDS base and voted for activist politicians locally. The outcome is tragic. If only they elected people who cared more about law and order than getting a high ESG score, we might not see all these assaults. The Democrats are the party of feminism and girl bosses and girl power. It's an outright anti-male party. And it's true. These modern women will stuck up for thugs and support defunding the police to supposedly show the police, then the cities get more crime, which makes people want even more police. I'm not saying police are perfect, but what do you think happens when there's no police or a lack of? Getting punched in the face is a walk in the park compared to what can really happen when there's no law and order around. Another comment says, and how were you ladies planning on voting in November? Get the feeling you AWFLs will be voting like TikTok tells you to. Expect this to get worse. AWFL means affluent white female liberal, and as the comment says, they'll be voting for whoever protects their extra rights as a female, and maybe give them more benefits like pay off their student loans. Another comment. We have been warning you for like forever about the people you kept on voting for, and you just wouldn't listen. I hope you can regret the voting choices you made. Yep, the MGTOW community has been saying for years that women are more likely to be targets if they're single career ladies, but they claimed we were scared of successful women. And this is just one of the many consequences of not being a feminist thought 304.
P-Lo! What? Why would you just do that? Punch me. That don't mean punch me in the face!
As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,